Hey there, my name is Dr. Corey Gilbert, and I wanted to talk to you just a little bit about gender dysphoria and something that's presenting a lot among parents that I talk to, and that's their son or daughter who's younger, usually elementary age, and really struggling with the gender they are. They're biologically a boy, and they want to be a girl, or biologically a girl and want to be a boy. What should we do as parents? This is a very controversial area. This is an area that will actually get a lot of pushback, and you'll have a lot of people that will have insight, if you will. It's interesting to me as a therapist and as a counselor and as a teacher and a professor that a few years ago we wouldn't have had these questions, and now we're having a lot of these questions as parents. What would we have done before? We would have just let them say whatever they're going to say and actually kind of play itself out. Now, a lot of parents are reacting, and I would even dare say overreacting, in love for their children, truly out of love for their children. So we need to remember to understand that. That's a critical one. But what should I do if this is you? You need to actually be careful who you listen to, actually. Your son or your daughter is struggling, possibly, could be in distress. And if they're in distress, you need to deal with that. But to treat that as gender dysphoria to the point of then leading to the next step, which is many times hormones or surgeries, is absolutely unacceptable. Again, I know this gets me in trouble in a sense. We need to protect our children from that kind of abuse, really. It is your son or your daughter is struggling, and they need actually to have that you help navigate that. You walk through that with them. It's actually a normal part of growing up, experimenting, exploring, questioning. So if you're really kind of short with them, it doesn't encourage that. But if you encourage the experimentation and play and laughter, then it's not as big of a deal. In the end, according to one of the head of the Pediatric Association, 94% of the kids, if they're left alone, it all works itself out for them to be the biological, to choose their gender they actually are biologically. This is critical. So we need to play the long game and be careful that we don't overreact. My son's struggling about being a girl, so I buy all pink stuff and buy dresses. No. We need to actually have some careful boundaries. But for your son to be forced to go hunting and forced to play sports and certain things that are not them, that's not okay either. So how to help them navigate that, and how to maybe for you to navigate that, is critical. This is not easy. We should not be doing this alone, but be careful who you listen to when it comes to this space where your son or daughter is struggling. It is one that is very treatable in the sense of actually leave them alone in a sense. But a lot of the distress actually is the parents. The parents worrying and stressing over, is my child okay? And no, they're not okay, but they will be okay. And a lot of it's going to be how you're okay. It's just like when our son or daughter falls. One of the things that they do when they fall is they look to mom to see how to respond. And if mom panics, they start crying. If mom is distracted, ironically, and doesn't notice, the kid gets up and walks away. It's very interesting. And so how we respond as parents shapes our children as well. And I hope this encourages you to ask more questions. I would love to talk with you someday, and hope this helps you pause and actually let your children grow up and ask questions and navigate this. Hey there, I hope this was helpful, and if it was, there's more. I would love to actually talk to you and have more of a dialogue, and part of where you can do that is join my Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/thehealthymarriage. Also, if you're interested, check out my podcast, The Warrior Marriage. This is all about you. This is about you, your marriage, your family, and that you fight for the things that matter. It starts with your marriage. It continues with your family and your children and who you are, your identity as a whole. This is so, so important. So facebook.com/groups/thehealthymarriage. Join there, and you can actually dialogue and ask more questions, and we can get into some more detail to help you grow a healthy marriage. Fight for it. It's worth it.